Kyrie Irving is making a comeback to the NBA, still unvaccinated. The Nets said Kyrie does not plan to get vaccinated, which means he will be a part-time player for the Nets. How will this change the Nets season, and will Kyrie Irving return to his past form? Welcome to the NBA Game Recap. Thanks for stopping by. I'm your host, Evan, and if you are new to this channel, we do this every single day for the rest of the NBA season, so you want to stay intact with the NBA games and news, like and subscribe. So today we are going to break down the Kyrie Irving shenanigans, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander hitting a game winner, and how the NBA might go into a bubble again. Without further ado, let's get into our games. On Wednesday, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander hit an improbable shot that tied the game against New Orleans, but in the end, the Thunder lost the game because of the longest game winner of all time, as the Thunder were looking for redemption in this one. It was Thunder versus Clippers, as the Thunder are not doing well, a 9-19 record, as the Clippers are 16-14 on the year. To start it out, Trey Mann for the Thunder goes from a pass from Shai and hits a big three at the buzzer to make it a 24-19 game at the end of the first quarter. Darius Bazley has an and one opportunity going up and in on the strong layup, as now he makes it 38-32 in the second quarter. Luke Kennard hits a big three for the Clippers, as they now go to 39-35 and makes it a close game. Terrence Mann has an and one opportunity going in and back to the guy driving in, going up and in for the big one to make it 50-44. Now a 6-point game between the Thunder and the Clippers, as Shai is wondering what that call was. Luke Kennard and one opportunity goes up and in with a big one, as he makes it a 49-52 game. Terrence Mann with the dime inside, going up and in. Nikola Zubac making it a 5-point game, as now it's a close one. Luke Kennard, big three-pointer. That is one of the keys with the Clippers. They shot really, really well from three. Isaiah Hassan with a swat to get that out of here. Still with the OKC Thunder up, but only by 3. Darius and Reggie Jackson then hits a dime to get the big one. Luke Dort for the Clippers hit 27 points, as he was their machine. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander hits a three-pointer at the end of the third quarter, as then Luke Kennard hits a deep three. Isaiah Hassan has a go-ahead 2-point game dunk, as he now makes it on an amazing pass by Terrence Mann with little time left. Shai gets the ball with clock winding down, shoots it for the win. Good! Shai Gilgeous-Alexander hits the game winner for the Thunder, as they get it. They were down by 1 with that shot, as Shai actually wins it for the Thunder, as that counts as the game winner, and that was an improbable shot. Shai for the day for himself had 18 points, had 6 assists and 3 rebounds, but the big one for the Thunder was an amazing performance by Louis Dort. 29 points, 5 rebounds, and an assist, as well as Josh Giddey with 18 rebounds, 10 assists, and 8 points, 2 points away from a triple-double, as Trey Mann has 11 points for himself. Another amazing day by Luke Kennard, though. 27-7-3, as in this one, their star wasn't here with PG-13 out, but hey, they're playing the Thunder, and they made it close, but they couldn't pull out with this one, as Terrence Mann also had 18 points for himself. In the end, an amazing game for both teams, but the Thunder pulled it off on an improbable shot, as Shai actually gets the gamer for the Thunder. The game was really wasn't lopsided at all. 29-14 in the first, 33-33 in the second, 27-24 in the third, and 24-23 in the fourth, as the 24 goes to the Thunder and the 23 goes to the Clippers, as the Thunder move to 9-19 and the Clippers move to 16-14. Now we go to Utah, Salt Lake City, as it's the Jazz versus the Washington Wizards. The Wizards have an amazing game by Bradley Beal. 37 points for himself on the day, as he really shows out. Bradley for himself, 37, 7, and 5, as well as some help from Raul Neto with 15 points for himself. Not the best day for Kuzma with 24 minutes, had only 8 points, as KCP had 13. The Jazz, though, did put up a show too, as Donovan Mitchell dropped 32 points. 32, 5, and 3, as Rudy Gobert grabbed 19 rebounds, had 11 points and an assist. 19 rebounds. You heard me, 19. 18 from Bogdanovic, and an amazing performance by the Jazz. To start it out, Donovan Mitchell hits a deep three-pointer to help the Wizards out, as Donovan, that is 3 of his 32 for himself on the day, as Bradley Beal has a reverse layup going under and in to make it a 56-53 game at the end of the second quarter. And now this is where it gets interesting. Daniel Gafford goes in for a dunk on an amazing pass, getting him inside, as Gafford makes it a 3-point lead for the Wiz. Donovan Mitchell dime in the corner for the open man to get an open 3, as he ties it up, making it a 60-60 game in the third quarter, and this is when it gets close. Royce O'Neal, reverse layup, going up and in as he gets over the defender to make it a 1-point lead for the Wizards. Going inside, Bradley Beal out to Gafford for the dunk and gets it, as he makes it a 3-point lead now for the Wizards as they regain the lead. Donovan Mitchell, and one opportunity, keeping it at 2 points as he makes it a 72-70 game. Bradley Beal inside, floater, but no, he actually has a dunk. He dunked over the guy as he makes it a 74-73 game and in the third quarter, and it's still close. Rudy Gay has an and one opportunity, going for the 3, getting fouled and getting the extra one as he gives the Wizards a 1-point lead until the monster and Donovan Mitchell goes in for the runner, going coast to coast, giving the Jazz a lead. Fourth quarter now, Bradley Beal dime and going up and in as the Jazz only have a 1-point lead there. Now Bradley Beal hits a bigger one, getting the guy inside for an open dunk. Now the Wizards take a lead. This was a ping-pong back and forth game as up and in, nope, fouled, and one. Rudy Gobert has an and one opportunity in big time, but it wasn't enough. As a 5-point game, the Wizards are trying to keep the lead as Bradley Beal hits Contavious Caldwell-Pope hits an improbable buzzer beater off of a jump ball as he makes it a 5-point lead for the Wizards, as that almost secures the game as the Wizards win after a missed 3, 109-103 in the fourth quarter. This was a nice one for the Jazz as the Wizards pick up a big one, 16-15 on the year. They were really ahead of the standings and they were really up there. Now they dropped pretty far to 7th in the East, still in a playoff picture, and they are tied with the Hornets at 6th right now. But we'll see what will happen next because the 5th place team is 19-13. A ton of spots ahead of the Wizards, and I don't see them being a top team contender anymore. But we'll see what happens next. So next we have the Raptors versus the Warriors. Stephen Curry out with a COVID-19 positive test, as this was basically the Warriors bench versus the Toronto Raptors. Draymond Green was out. Jordan Poole was out. Iguodala was out. Otto Porter was out. Klay Thompson, Wiggins, Wiseman, Curry. Everyone was out. Their best player for them was Jonathan Kuminga. He did have a day for himself, though. 26 points. But the Raptors played better. Fred VanVleet dropped a 27, 7, and 12 day, as Scotty Barnes also had a 21-point day for himself, as well as Precious Achiuwa was 17 off of the bench. To start it out, the Raptors had an amazing one. They started out hot in a big game for them, as OG Anunoby was back in the house, back on the team. The only thing was the Raptors now have their crowd down to 50% because of the new rules in Ontario. Scotty Barnes goes up and in off of the backboard. 2 of his 21 points, as Barnes was on fire today. Finds the open man in VanVleet, and VanVleet makes a living of that. The Raptors shot really well from 3, 36.8%, as well as they had a lot less turnovers. They only had 10 turnovers as a team, as the Warriors had 20. As the Warriors guy, Jonathan Kuminga, he did have 26 points, but he also had 6 turnovers, as well as Shiku as well. In 26 minutes, only had 3 points, 4 rebounds, and 7 assists, and had 4 turnovers, which really did not help out the Warriors, as a big drain 3. OG Anunoby finds the open man, VanVleet corner, 3, bang. 3 of his 27 points for himself, as the Raptors shot a full 50% from the from the field. So half of the shots that they put up went in, which isn't that bad. As they got out-rebounded, had the same assists, but they had a better free throw percentage. But the big one for the Raptors was the less turnovers, as Yuta Watanabe gets the Warriors back, as he almost got dunked on at the end of the game. But it didn't matter, man. He blocked it, as that he couldn't go for a second poster of his life. He always flies with the dunker, as he does not care. He does it, and that's why he gets minutes for the Raptors. As the Raptors win 119-100, the Raptors move to 14-15, as the Warriors go down 24-6 on the year. The Warriors and the Suns have a tight push for first, as the Suns had a phenomenal year last year, getting second in the West, as the Warriors came out of nowhere, now with 24-6 record without Klay Thompson still, and are on a 1-game losing streak. Time will tell who will be first in the West, but I personally think the Suns can overtake this one. Some other nice games from the night. The Knicks and Celtics played. The Knicks had a 13-17 record at the end of this one, as the Celtics won 114-107, as the Celtics moved to 15-15 on the year. It was really not a lot of people playing. That's all I have to say. There was only 8 for both teams, as Tatum put up 25, Jaylen Brown put up 23, and Josh Richardson put up 27. And that was it. They got some help from Peyton Pritchard and Robert Williams. But the lack of people made more points for more people, and that's really how it works. Evan Fournier with 32, Kemba with 29 actually playing now, Julius Randle with 20, and Alec Burks with 19. Literally no help from their other players. They only had 8. So it's kind of hard to play with 8 people and have a good game. An amazing day from the Rockets, as they get another win. Christian Wood with 21 points. Now the Rockets have 10 wins on the year, which is surprising. I personally thought they'd only get 10 wins at the end of the year, but hey, you never know. 30 games, 10-20 record. Still not doing well. 13th in the West, but obviously we don't see them making the playoffs, but hey, you never know what will happen. David Nwaba with 13, 18 from Eric Gordon, an actual roster put together by the Rockets, as Cade Cunningham is 21-11. Cade has actually showed up recently, making a lot of his shots and becoming the player we thought he was, as he struggled a lot coming into the year and is now looking like a better player. Robin Lopez, for the Magic had a 20-point game, and their starting lineup was terrible. They had literally no one, as the Nets still lost to them, though. They had no one as well. Their best player is Patty Mills. Blake Griffin had a 17-point game. No one was playing. James Harden was injured. Kyrie Irving still out. And Kevin Durant is also out, so they had no one. 23 from Patty Mills, though, but in a loss 100-103 as the Nets move to 21-9 and the Magic go to 5-25. The Magic are honestly the worst team in the league right now. Personally, that's what I think, because the Pistons aren't looking as bad. They don't have as many wins, but I can see them getting more wins in the future than the Magic. But again, time will tell what will happen. Now let's talk about the situation with Kyrie Irving. Kyrie is coming back to the Nets. We don't know how he will be. He actually was put on the COVID list, but he's been fine now. He might be coming back on the 27th with the Nets. He's allowed to practice now and play with the Nets only on his away games. But, hey, we'll see what happens. I personally think Kyrie will not come back to his old form because he was phenomenal back then. But I think he will give a boost to this Nets roster. I think they did this because all of their teams on the COVID list. If they weren't, he would not be there. But they are. They need the help. And they literally lost to a Magic team with Robin Lopez with the most points. All right, so that does it for our NBA recap today. What do you think about the Kyrie Irving news? Do you think he will be as good as he was, or will he be a bit rusty? See you guys tomorrow. Have an amazing day. Bye.